We want to use AI to generate the learning content based on the learner's performance and job skills levels. AI technology nowadays, you can train the AI model with the good education resources from the best teacher in the world. They can, based on the student personal demand and the personal learning profile, they can generate the unique learning resources content just fit into the student's particular needs.
Hi everyone, my name is Khánh and I'm the co-founder of Inspius. At Inspius, we help Singapore and US companies to hire the best tech talents in Vietnam. Recently, we just launched Hack.hg. Hack.hg is an AI-powered online coding test platform that allows companies to screen their software engineer candidates faster, more accurately, and more cost-effectively. Right now, Hacked is available for free beta, so please give it a try, and I look forward to receive any feedback from you guys. I will leave the link to inspires.com and hack.hg in the description link down below. See you. Hi everyone, this is Khánh and I'm the co-founder of Inspius. With us today we have Mr. Yuhao. He's the CEO and founder of Bamboo System Technology. One of their prominent technology is BambooCloud, which is an e-learning platform for all age group, from children to adult. And their clients are global, include the name, for example, Huawei or Alibaba Cloud. And within Singapore, their clients include, for example, SP Group, IMDA, and also NTUC Learning. And one of their key achievements is that during COVID, they are one of the 2 vendors that MOE has approved as the e-learning platform for Singapore school. So with that, we are very happy to have with us here Mr. Yuhao to share with us the application of AI in terms of education, teaching, and learning. Thank you for being with us today, Mr. Yuhao.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks for the introduction. So, hello everyone. I'm very glad to have opportunities to talk to everyone about Bamboo and some areas of AI application in the education.
Sure. Okay, thank you. So just give everyone, our audience here, the context and some background to our conversation today. Education is the hotbed for the application of AI. So in its Singapore National AI Strategy and also in the EdTech Master Plan 2030, MOE or the Ministry of Education in Singapore has made it a focus to apply AI to transform the way Singapore teach and learn. So as an example, right now in the curriculum for primary and secondary school, the MOE has applied AI to improve the way that we teach and learn in school. So for example, AI is being used to create the home assignment of the English lessons for primary and secondary school. And also AI has been used to allow for students to learn math at their own pace. So these are some of the application of AI in the public sector. But at the same time, for the private sector, for example, BambooCloud has also integrated AI into their products. So we want to explore more about currently how the private sector, for example, BambooCloud has explored AI as a way we can improve the way that we learn and teach for students and teachers, right? So you have been in the education space for about 10 years. So maybe you can share with us a little bit more, because for BambooCloud, you serve from the children to the elderly. Maybe you can share with us a little bit more about the similarities and differences.
Although Bamboo have been penetrated in many education sectors, from the adult learning to the kids, we see the fundamental aspect for the learning and the teaching is quite the same, from the courseware contents creation and the learning process design, from the assessment of the performance and the learning profile of each of the students. And when the students, learners, or have any issues, questions, they want to engage with the educators of some of their teachers to getting support and the help. And from teacher and the help and the school perspective, they need to have some of the data line analyzed and performance report for the learning. These all the same things. But of course, for the details, for example, the learning content itself, for adult learning and for kids, they are quite different. For kids, they want to keep the training and the learning contents more engaging, interactive. Maybe they want to develop some learning games to keep the kids more engaged and attracted to the learning process. And also they want to have more engagement with the kids, maybe the kids' parents, that the parent understanding the progress and the performance of the kids. So maybe the parent can give some necessary help and guide to the kids at home. And for the adult, the learning, they want to have the learning more relevant to their current work and the job positions. That means we want to associate with the learning, the content design to their current job position and for their daily task. We currently, for example, we're getting one of the project opportunities inquiry from the Qatar National Airport. They say the old way of training, which the training is separate for their daily work, is not so effective based on their past experience. They want to call the more innovative solutions to associate with their daily work with their training. Also can give their managers and get HR groups more detailed insight about each of the staff's current performance and the current their job and what's the gap. So this is one of the examples. But we can see this is just one example of how different from the adult training to the kids. But in the end, no matter whether it's adult or the kids, the platform or teachers still need to design the contents, need to track the performance of each of the learners, and need to have the detailed data analytics of the learners' performance. That is still fundamentally same for all the sectors.
I see. So just to summarize your answer, so you say that you're creating teaching and learning for students and adults. There are many similarities. So for example, the process of content generation and also like creating like engaging content and the requirement for the interaction between the student and the teachers are largely the same. However, the key difference between learning for kids and learning for adults is that for kids, they require more engagement, right? They want to have like, more fun, more games, right? But for adults, typically they require the content to be relevant to their daily work.
Yeah,
so
correct.
in summary, that is the key similarities and differences.
Yeah, and you can see this is from the detail implementation level is quite different. In the previous way, it's very difficult creating this so diversified and different of contents for the educators and the teachers. But nowadays with the AI technology, that is one area is how AI can help to step in to help to improve the learning for all the sectors. For the more currently, we want to use AI to generate the learning contents based on the learner's performance and job skills levels.
Yes.
And for kids, we want to see based on different age of kids using the language and vocabulary that is suit for the kids' current learning capabilities to generate the content for the kids.
Sure.
Yeah.
So I thought before we get to AI, because you have been in learning and edutech for almost 10 years. So maybe like we want to go back in time a little bit. We can say, for example, in the last 10 years, maybe you can share with us like how technologies has improved before AI. You know, before AI, how technology has improved the way that we learn and teach. And maybe like you can name some of the key technologies and their impact to our learning and teaching before AI.
Yeah, I think that also is a good questions. Bamboo was set up in 2014. That time, one of the key technologies is emerging. That is the cloud computing. Then cloud computing is make the fundamental changes for the software application development, distribution, or even the business model. With the cloud computing, you don't have to develop the software and try to distribute, install on every desktop. Basically, it's web-based. So once it's deployed to the cloud side, everyone with the internet access can use a browser easily can access the latest release of the software. That make the software distribution and upgrade more efficient and more easily. and more accessible to everyone. Everyone with a laptop with a network can access the software. You don't need to understand the software download and install with a different operating system. So that is cloud computing. Also, cloud computing also bring fundamental changes for the business model, how software can be distributed and promoted. So cloud computing, one of the key advantages, you can pay per use, and based on the number of users, based on the number of amount of usage, and the customer can choose to pay. So it's more flexible. So we have a client who buy our cloud based of the BambooCloud software for 5 or 10 users. Someone maybe pay for 100,000 users. So the price will totally based on the usage, the number of users. So that's more flexible. So that is a cloud computing. Another technology we think is also very important to the learning is mobile computing. So after few years, we see the smart mobile phone is getting to be more and more popular. Nowadays, you can see everyone must have a mobile phone. They may not have a laptop or desktop, but they must have a mobile phone. So with the mobile phone, make the software distribution and the usage is more easy and flexible. So you can learn anywhere and anytime. Yeah, so that is another important technology we think is for the education. And during the COVID period of time, a few years ago, another technology for the video conferencing and video communication that is getting a lot of usage, and almost everyone, even previously never used online technology for the education, they must know video conferencing, because that time everyone stay at home. They want to keep engaged, keep communicated, and keep the class going. So video conferencing and video classroom is one of the most used technologies a few years ago. Yeah. In fact, during the COVID period time, BambooCloud learning platform was appointed as one of the 2 learning solution providers in Singapore by IMDA Enterprise Singapore and SkillsFuture, all these education provinces. So they want to help the schools which have to be closed and the student at stay home. They want to keep students continues to learn, access the learning resources. Yeah.
Right. So I think like your sharing just now was super insightful. So you have gone back to the time where cloud computing just started, and then you go to mobile computing, and then after that will be video conferencing.
Yeah.
So right now, with the utilization of AI, so how do you think AI is different from the other technologies that we have experienced from the lens of education, teaching and learning?
AI technology nowadays we see is quite different from previous these few like cloud computing and mobile computing, video conferencing. These technologies is mainly we see is a kind of to facilitating and improve or enhance the learning process and the learning task. For example, the video conferencing can help the students more accessible and keep engaged and educated at any time. Mobile make the learning more easily readily accessible as well. And but the fundamental challenges facing for education today, the good education resources, the good educators is not easy to get. And also every student, they want to have get access to good quality learning resources. Also, they want to get access to learning resources more suitable for their personal unique needs. But impossible, right? If without a technology in the old way, you cannot getting the best teacher for each student, right? It's almost impossible. So it's the dream for every student. Also, it's the dream for teacher to have make this one happen. But with AI, we can see this is possible. The AI technology nowadays, you can train the AI model with the good education resources from the best teacher in the world. And the AI technology with this pre-trained of the learning data and training materials, they can, based on the student personal demand and the personal learning profile, they can generate the unique learning resources content just fit into the student's particular needs. We think that is, of course, there are still some long way to go to meet that goal. We can see that is going to happen in the sometime in the future, maybe very soon. At a certain extent, this objective can be achieved. Also, in fact, this is one area's Bamboo learning platform is focusing on and working with partners, try to develop some prototypes, at least to a certain extent, to solve these high quality learning resources per each student's individual student's unique needs. Yeah.
I see. So just now you mentioned the two key impact of AI on learning and teaching. Is that like first you can use the content and the knowledge of the best teachers in the world to train the AI so that the AI can be capable of like this content. And second is that the AI has the ability to customize and personalize the learning and curriculum for every student. Do I get you correctly?
Yeah, that correctly. I think that this personalized is based on students' learning interest, based on learning profile, also can base each student's learning progress and the performance. Yeah.
So that is the broad trend that we have right now. But for BambooCloud, what have you guys done specifically? How have you guys applied AI in your platform and make it available for the student in Singapore specifically?
I think in the past few years, even before the large language model, OpenAI technology is getting to the market, and everyone knows starting to use, and we're already starting to, in certain areas, to use AI technology. For example, one of the voice recognition and text to speech technology to integrate into our platform to let the Bamboo to address certain language learning scenarios. For example, one of the project we did is for train the construction workers the English. So normally construction workers, they need to listen to English and they need to speak certain English and the speaker and the listening capabilities. So we use the voice conversation technology that is previously, I think, from Google, Amazon. They open these kind of capabilities to let application like Bamboo to integrate the technology, so we convert into a certain construction English sentences and vocabulary into the voice, so they can play back anytime to the construction workers, so they can easily listen and to understanding the English and to see which word, vocabulary or sentence they can understand. This is one example. Afterward, we work with another tech company together to do the oral English evaluation. So after you're reading certain paragraph sentences, they can evaluating your pronunciation and the punctuation and your fluency and accuracy rate. So give some of the immediate feedback to the students.
The common challenge that every business nowadays face is the talent,
Yeah.
right? Because AI talents are very rare and also like quite expensive in Singapore.
Yeah.
And building an AI product is definitely not easy. So how do you ensure your team has the right capabilities to build AI products?
Yeah, I think that also it's one of the good questions. Quite common for Singapore, the tech companies, and Singapore, is quite a small market. Talent pool is also is quite limited. We only have a few universities, and for the IT, each university each year can generate maybe a few hundred thousand of the talent. So the talent pool is quite limited. The second is Singapore is a small market, so there are not so many very big and mature tech companies in Singapore as well. So that means that all the leading product and the services may not be coming from the Singapore market. For example, nowadays AI, the big AI technology players like Google, OpenAI, Amazon, Facebook, they are from US. And China, like Alibaba, Huawei, Baidu, some of new unicorn in the AI companies also from China. So in Singapore, we didn't see so far any companies close to this tier. So for this tier of the bigger players, they can invest huge amount of the money. Also, they have a huge amount of the talent pool, especially from for US. They can getting the talent worldwide, right? So it's worldwide of the top talent. But Singapore in this area, so it's very difficult to some extent to compete with them. So we need to think when we do the technology and the product development. The first question is we need talent, but what kind of talent can we get? And within this kind of a limitation, what Singapore company can do? This is always the first questions for myself. I need to ask. In fact, previously I work in the US, I work in China, and I see the top engineers from the US or from China. I talk to them. Also, in fact, I work in the US tech company as well. So I have a more understanding the gap and the limitations from both sides. For Singapore side, I think for the talent pool, we think that we can focus more on the application level. And Singapore also is one of the perfect place to build up the global collaboration ecosystem. Because all the big, almost the bigger guys out there have the office and have the research center in Singapore as well. So we can collaborate with them. Tech company like a Bamboo, we are good at it to do. And some areas we can leverage the partners' expertise and the capabilities. So that means for the talent requirement from the for company like a Bamboo, I focus is talent must have some good engineering background with some of the good knowledge about the AI. On the other side, the engineers must have some good understanding of the application and have a capability to work very well with the external team globally. Yeah. So this is the talent requirement from the outside. So the next question is how we get this kind of talent. Of course, one is we want to internal recruit the new talent, and the other side is we want to build up our own current talent teams to give them the necessary training, give them the necessary opportunity to work with external partners to grow them down the road. Yeah. Beside these two, the basic good engineering background and have a good understanding of the application, is I think the learning attitude and the capability to learn and grow new skill is one area we think is also very important nowadays, especially for AI. Compared with the few other technologies we mentioned before, is this run is very different. The speed is very fast. Previously, we see some of the major changes and the change will happen around 1 or 2 years. But nowadays, for AI, for this round, we see the big changes and the big involvement happen in almost every quarter. In few days ago, we see the OpenAI and the Google just announced release another new functions to allow the developers and the users to fine tuning to train the AI model, so they can create their own personalized of the dedicated large language models suit for each of the sectors need. The applications developers and the user just need to feed in the model with their domain knowledge and in certain very simple format, and to train the AI, understanding their domain knowledge, understanding their domain problem, and give the right and good answer. Yeah.
How your experience in terms of hiring AI talent in Singapore, the availability and also the cost of hiring?
For the talent pool, they mainly come from the schools, the fresh graduate who study in the IT and this AI background. Another one is who those who work into the current IT companies. Of course, we like to have someone to work in who have some experience of AI project and applications. But that obviously is first is the exchange engineers, we is AI technology background is very difficult to get. The few of the AI applications currently we are developing and is all mainly driven by the engineers we bring up in-house, the current engineer. We train them with latest AI technology. Of course, mainly is we work with the partners like OpenAI and Google team. Anyway, this technology is quite new. Is nobody have really good experience understanding before, so we need to learn ourselves. But of course, on the other side, we see the big player AI technology players. They try very aggressively to reduce the application entry barriers for the developers. So they're providing very good AI API interface for the application players like Bamboo to integrate and develop and test. Nowadays will be the trend for the current AI application development companies try to base on their own application domain and project requirement to develop the application and to train their staff on the actual project and work. Yeah.
I see. So just now you mentioned there are two main sources of AI talents. One is the fresh graduate, fresh from school, or someone who have experience in bigger companies. But given the limitation of our budget, typically we're looking at the fresh graduate from school, right? So in terms of AI talents, what are the costs that our audience can expect if they want to hire AI talents in Singapore?
Nowadays we see two extreme. One side, anyone claim they have some AI technology extreme, they can charge a very premium cost and the salary. They cost maybe say starting with 8K, maybe 9K, even 10K per month. They claim they are the AI, good AI talent. And but normal for the IT and the developers, we're talking about a fresh graduate, talking about starting from 4 to 5K, maybe 6, 7K, right? The rate with some experience, maybe they can charge a little bit more, and maybe about 7 to 10K, right? Especially for the SME companies, quite a big burden. But for AI, I say, is need to be careful because AI technology is developing really, really fast. And what you can invest very heavily today into certain things, maybe after a few months, 1 year, and all your works can be replaced with the big players, simple API and the services. So what you have invested so such a huge amount may not be too much meaningful. So we need to keep a balance what we need to develop and how much we need to invest and how much we need to working with the big players and leverage their roadmap and the technology development and to reduce our upfront investment and the risk. Yeah.
So I think in summary, you are saying that for AI talent, they might demand, for example, 8,000 to 10,000 Singapore dollar a month. But if we are looking for a good fresh graduate from university, we might look about 4 to 5,000 Singapore dollar a
Yeah.
month. And maybe like someone who have more experience may command about 7 to 8,000 Singapore dollar a month. And you also mentioned the need to balance between what we need to develop and also the cost of development, because that's something that we develop today might got replaced easily tomorrow with like
Yeah.
some simple AI API from bigger companies.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
The last question of the day, maybe like you can share with us some of the outlook that we can expect maybe in the next 1 to 2 years about the application of AI in teaching and learning.
What I say here is the fundamental objective for the online learning technology for to help the education is we try to solve the supply and demand, to supply the good education resources and teaching content for each of the learners' individual needs. Like, for example, how to use AI to generate a more engaging, interactive learning content. Nowadays, AI is quite mature in generated text, but as the learning contents, you need to have some of the pictures, photos, you need to have some videos, and if you can be even more next step can be some learning games, right, to keep the learners more engaged and more interested, and to make the learners more easy to understanding what they need to learn. But I don't think that may happen in the next few months, maybe next 1-2 year, maybe next 3 to 5 years. I mean, but that definitely we can see based on the what's happening today in the AI world is getting closer and closer. One of the project we try to exploring now is working with one of the university's research team, try to have the large language model be able to generate the learning contents, not only the text but also with certain graphics and the photos to help the student, especially younger student, understanding the subjects better and more easily. Yeah. So that is the education content generation. Another one is how further to, beside the learning academic content result, how to integrate with certain factors for education learning, not only the academic. For example, sometimes the mental and the psychology element factors also need to be included to help the students learn more efficiently and more effectively. And one project currently we're working with one of the teams from the Switzerland, who have one group of scientists specialized in the neurotechnology and also in the psychology as well. So they want to understanding better the students' learning profile and to use the some more personalized of the way to help the student learn more effectively. So that is one factor. Of course, then you can integrate with some technology like the metaverse and to creating more engaging virtual learning space for students. For example, you can creating a personalized the teacher, personalized learning avatar to help the student to learn, explain certain subject. This is we see nowadays also some of the product in the market also at the early stage, but we hope in the long run that will be getting more mature to help students learn faster and more effectively. Yeah.
Thank you for a lot of insight today.
Mm.
I think that is all for our podcast today. And thank you once again for being with us today, Mr. Yuhao.
Yes,
Okay.
thank you. Thank you. Have
Okay.
let me have this opportunity. Thank
Yeah,
you.
thank you. Thank you. Thank you everyone for watching this episode. If you enjoyed this content, please like and subscribe to our channel, and please share this content so that more people can benefit from our discussion. And I look forward to seeing you again in the next episode of From 1 to 100.